Hi, so we just got back from test driving the Model Y, and it was a great event. So thank you to Robert and the whole Tesla team at Maplewood for hosting us. Everyone had masks on, they were sanitizing the cars. Most people were staying pretty well socially distanced. Even the cars that were just there for show that people could walk up to, touch, were getting wiped down and sanitized between people looking at them. So I think they did a really good job, a really responsible job of trying to keep people safe and still keep a fun atmosphere. And even as we were leaving, they had so many people, they weren't actually taking any spontaneous reservations anymore. So they were scheduling out for the next few days. You know, there's definitely a lot of interest in the Model Y. I pretty much knew what to expect because, you know, I've watched every review online and everything, and have driven a Model 3 before, sat in one relatively recently. As we were driving up there, I thought, you know, is this thing going to just look like a dumb marshmallow, you know, when you see it in person? Because it is like a 3, but taller. But it looks really good. I was really impressed. I mean, we were driving the performance versions, but the looks pretty much are the same, performance or non-performance. Different tires, different wheel setup, but essentially the vehicle looks the same. So I thought it looked great. Ellie really seemed to enjoy driving it. It was zippy like our Model S, but it also, you know, because it's not quite as wide, it feels a little more nimble. So as we took turns, it seemed nice and tight. You have the key? Oh, it's in there. It's a pretty zippy screen, isn't it?
It is.
Crap, that ceiling is incredible. When we're at the stoplight, you have to check that out. You've seen the stoplights?
Oh, wow, it is. It's stoplight status. That's kind of cuckoo crazy.
Oh, we don't need the heat on the seats.
Probably don't.
Oh. Significantly quieter than our rest, don't you?
Yep. Right now I'm just sort of trying to remember that everything's here. Not here and here. Come to Maplewood.
I think like you hardly see the front of it, so it almost seems like an old box truck where
Yeah, kind of.
where you're just like sitting in the front even though there is distance in front of you. I love how narrow this feels.
Yeah, it does feel tiny.
And so overall, it was really positive. Lots of storage space. I mean, it just seems like tons and tons. And I know people have gone on and on about that, but just to pop open the back and see how much is in that back well is pretty impressive. The frunk's nice and big, probably similar in dimensions to our Model S. It didn't seem as wide, but it seemed a little deeper. But the Model Y is really a great balance of things where it sits up high, it's really tight, it feels way more narrow than our Model S, but not in a constrictive way, just in a more nimble way. We didn't sit in the back seat, but the glass roof is amazing. The mirrors seemed fine to me, but I wasn't the one driving. The visualizations, you know, we've got a AP1 car with the original MCU in it, so touchscreen's pretty laggy. We don't get the stoplight visualizations, that kind of thing. And to see all that and then to touch the screen, and I mean, ours is fine, but this is instant and so crystal clear and just such a step up. It was really, really impressive. It seems like it's a great car. I can't wait till we get ours. I was telling a friend that was there that I wish I could just drive it right home right now, but we're waiting for a rear-wheel drive. Gonna try to save a little money. We don't need the performance for what we do, so we love our S. It's fantastic. It still feels like the future every time you go to take a ride in it, but next to the Y and all the little things, like it's got a quieter interior. You can tell they've just had more years under their belts making cars, and it's a much tighter vehicle. Here are the impressions some other folks had.
I'm Tyler. It's my wife, Cammie. We came down from Alexandria to drive the Y, and I think it was worth it, right?
Yeah. It felt about the same as a Model 3, but much more... I like the
Mom car-y?
Yeah, I like the mom car feel.
Yeah, the ride height is the main difference for us, and figured out that it's your car, not so much mine. I still like the 3. But
Did you both drive it?
I drove it. She rode in the passenger
Yeah.
seat. But
And you guys have a Volt, and what's your other car?
Traverse.
Traverse? Okay. So how was the switch, like getting used to the center screen, or have you test driven a 3 enough that didn't
yeah,
seem
we
weird?
had a Model 3 for a weekend a couple weeks ago, and we got used to it real quick. There's no learning curve for me. People say that it's hard to transition from having a gauge cluster to the center screen, and I didn't experience any of that, so it's second nature. I guess I've seen so many Tesla videos, though, so I'm kind of used to it at this point. So
Between my Traverse and that is a huge difference.
no comparison.
I hate getting in my car now.
Even that it burns gas, that's your main problem? Or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's a completely different world.
Any other thoughts or impressions?
If you can afford one, get one.
Well, let's hear what Ellie thought.
The drive was pretty great. I wasn't really sure what to expect because I just test drove a Model Y and I've never driven a 3 before. And I'm familiar with the S, which is, sort of where the emphasis is less on performance and more on comfort and that kind of thing. And the Y was way more comfortable than I thought it would be, like being a little bit higher up and less nose in front of you is way more comfortable, made way bigger a difference than I thought it was going to. And the center the center controls are all on one screen instead of being on one display and one touch screen. And that's going to take some getting used to, but I'm guessing it's going to be better and easier to keep track of. The cornering was really tight. I didn't really test the acceleration too much because of where we were able to test drive, but I don't think there's going to be a problem getting it to 70 quickly. And in general, I'm looking forward to it.
So overall, very impressed with it. Can't wait till we can finalize our order on our rear-wheel drive version. And as excited as I was to see the Model Y, it really beat all my expectations. So I think that's super positive. Like everybody says who sees it, they're going to sell 1 million of these things. So thanks to Robert and the Tesla team for having us out and keeping it a safe, fun environment to test drive these great new vehicles. Can't wait till we get ours. While we were at the event, we were joking with the manager about how fast things move in the world of Tesla. And by that afternoon, the price on the Model Y had dropped $3,000 to start at $49,990 US dollars. The price drop is for the 2 variants that are available now. We're still waiting for the rear-wheel version that will hopefully be shipping by the end of the year to save more. But they had me doing the math. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions below.